Okay, hey everyone. So I thought I'd do a video on this 8BitDo Pro 2 controller again. Specifically this time, I wanted to try hooking up to a real Nintendo 64 and see how it performs. This was a comment left in the other video where I initially tested out this controller and reviewed it. And someone requested that I try it on a real Nintendo 64. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing with one of these awesome BlueRetro adapters. I'll leave a link for these in the description as well as for this controller. These adapters are way cool. They come in different colors as well. And so, so let's go ahead and try this out. So right now I just have it in switch mode, as you can see. So yeah, let's go ahead and just try syncing it. Oh, and by the way, before starting this video, I did make sure that this was up to date and also this was up to date. So should be on the latest and greatest right now. Alright, so now if we push the start button and then if we hold down this sync button on the back. Okay, now we should be in sync mode. Okay, well, it connected very quickly. You can see when that stops flashing that it's connected, as well as this has stopped flashing. So so far so good. Let's go ahead and try pushing start here. This is the Japanese version of Super Mario 64 as well, so it's got the rumble feature. Although I don't think rumble's working. Yeah, feels pretty good though. Let me fix my camera so you can see the game a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, this is a JVC professional monitor. I probably need to calibrate the colors on it a little bit, but yeah, well, the rumble, I can tell you right now, the rumble is definitely not working. And on this BlueRetro adapter, you can actually set it, but you can change it between rumble mode and memory card mode, memory pack mode by pushing the home button, which would be this button on here. So now we should be in memory mode, which would be no rumble. But yeah, there's no rumble right now. So what I'm guessing is that this adapter probably has to be updated. This BlueRetro adapter probably needs to be updated to work with rumble with this adapter, with this controller, I mean. And I say that this probably needs to be updated because I've actually contacted 8BitDo about their N64 mod kit. Getting it to work better with the BlueRetro adapter, and they're not really interested in supporting the BlueRetro adapter. So that's something we'll have to see if the BlueRetro creator, Darth Cloud, can fix. But as far as again, these are the Hall effect sticks. I don't remember if I mentioned that before, but yeah, these are the Hall effect sticks on this new controller. And they feels pretty good. Let's see how the sensitivity is. Yeah, sensitivity feels good with this BlueRetro adapter. Yeah, I don't really feel much latency at all either. That's a good sign. Yeah, it seems about right when I push the button to jump. Then it jumps. Oh, and by the way, you can remap these buttons in the settings on this adapter, but it does have it just like the default settings is B is A, and then Y is B, like on the original Nintendo 64 controller. Yeah, and so you can see kind of why they did it too, where, like when you're holding this, the original controller down here, it's like your thumb is, positioned like this, where A is on the bottom and B is on the left. And so that's the way they've done it here too, where this is A and then this is B. I know people that like it this way. I don't know, I kind of prefer it this way just because I'm kind of used to, because that's the way Nintendo always maps it. They always map A to A and B to B, like on their virtual console games and stuff. So I kind of prefer this to be A, just because that's what I'm used to, but again, it's not the end of the world. So this is A right now, B, and then Y is, it's easy to get used to, and it really is the same position as well as this. And then I imagine this will probably be the C stick. Yep, sure enough, or the C buttons, I mean. So yeah, that feels good. And then I think these are also mapped to some of the C buttons. So so see, this is C down. So A is C down, and then X is C left. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it feels pretty good. And then obviously the D-pad would be the D-pad. So yeah, but obviously the D-pad doesn't do anything on this game. So yeah. And then, let's see, L. So this must just be the L button on the Nintendo 64, which doesn't do anything either. And then ZL, or I guess they call it L2 on this controller. But yeah, that's just Z, so for crouching. And then I bet this is Z as well. Yep, yeah, so ZR or R2 is also just Z. And then, yep, and then R is R. So yeah, so it seems like it's mapped pretty correctly. And then start, and then select doesn't do anything, obviously. And I bet this capture button doesn't do anything either. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, cool. So far so good. So now, what I'm curious about is I want to see if this 8BitDo Pro 2 controller has some of the same issues that the N64 DIY mod kit has. So like, for example, on that mod kit, when you do a fresh sync, the buttons are mapped correctly. However, when you sync again, then they're not mapped correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this controller by holding down the start button for a few seconds, okay? And then I'm going to wait for this BlueRetro adapter to reset and start to go into sync mode again. Okay, there we go. When it starts flashing, it's in sync mode. All right, so now I'm just going to reconnect this controller just by pushing start and not doing a fresh sync. Okay, now you can see it's reconnected. So now let's see if the buttons are still mapped correctly. Yep, seems like it. It's okay, great. Well, that's good news. So that means that this BlueRetro adapter, this 8BitDo controller appears to not have the same issues as the N64 DIY kit had as far as the button remapping goes. However, rumble is still not working. This is kind of hard to do with one hand, but yeah, when he does the ground pound, then yeah, it should be rumbling like crazy. But the sensitivity feels good, at least on Mario 64. We'll try out some other games too. But yeah, so far so good. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go into the N64 controller test software that I have, and we'll just test this controller a bit more, and then we'll try out a few more games. Okay, so yeah, so now we got the drive plugged in here, and so yeah, so this is just a cool program for testing like the control stick sensitivity and stuff like that. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, as I'm moving around here, oh, okay, now it jumped. Did you see how it jumped clear up there? If you saw my other video, that's actually something I noticed on the Switch as well. Oh, see, there it goes again. It jumped again. So yeah, that's something that is not unique to the Nintendo 64. I did see it jump sometimes on the Switch as well when we were testing the calibration. So I think that's something that 8BitDo will probably want to take a look at. But as far as like going around here, it seems like it's pretty close to the limits of the original Nintendo 64 controller, which is probably something that would be done through the on the BlueRetro side. But yeah, it seems like overall the sensitivity is pretty good. But yeah, there were a few jumps there. And by the way, I don't have any custom profiles set right now. You can see there's this button where you can see you have different profiles. I think one of these I had the sensitivity on these sticks like crazy high. And it actually like made the stick drift a little bit. If you saw my other video. But yeah, when the lights are off though, then there's no custom profiles on, so it's just the regular sensitivity. But yeah, it's almost like there's like when you first turn on the controller, it's like there's a calibration that goes on, because I don't know. Because see, right now it's not jumping around, but yeah, you did see it jump that one time before, and like I said, I did see that on the Switch. But anyway, I think overall though it feels pretty good, and in game I haven't really noticed that, but I mean, I guess in theory it could happen where like if you try to push just a little bit, then suddenly like Mario just like goes really fast and then jumps off the edge. I don't know. But anyway, then here you can see we can test the different buttons. So there's A, B, and then you can see the C buttons. These ones too. Yeah, basically the same thing as we were testing before. And then yeah, start doesn't, or select doesn't do anything. And obviously we can map select to something if we wanted to. But yeah, that would be done through the BlueRetro settings on the computer. And but it seems like it's pretty good. And you can see we do have a rumble pack inserted. And so yeah, so now if we push this home button, then we should be able to switch to memory pack. That didn't change it. Pretty sure it was the home button. Yeah, because this one's the capture button. Oh, there it goes. It changed now. Okay. Maybe it just takes a second to change. Let's try it again. Or to recognize on this application, I should say. Yeah, because there's, yeah, see, it says it's memory pack now. Unless was I pushing the wrong button? Maybe it's the capture button that changes it. No, I don't think. It should be the rumble or the home button. Because that's the way it is on this controller. Yeah, the home button. Well, we got to change once. I don't know. So I guess. Oh, actually, this controller turned off. Huh. Interesting. I don't think it's low on battery. That was interesting. It just turned off. And it still says it's connected too. Okay, so this is something I hadn't seen before. So yeah. Interesting. Let's see if we can get this to reconnect here. Yeah, I think if we hold down this button for a few seconds and it'll go into, there we go. Okay. So yeah, for some reason this controller just turned off. Might be low on battery. I don't think it is. Wasn't last time I checked it, but I mean, I guess it's possible. Actually, now it seems like we're having problems connecting. So, I mean, this is good. So far, basically, I think what we've determined is that this controller does work on the Nintendo 64, but it's not like 100% compatible. But I think it could be something that's fixed in a firmware update. Maybe I'll submit a new bug on the BlueRetro GitHub and GitLab page or GitHub page, and yeah, we can see if we can get that fixed. But yeah, so now we're on Rumble Pack mode. So now if I push this home button, we should, okay, there we go. Now it's working. So I guess the controller just turned off. But yeah, you can see when you push the home button, then it switches between memory pack mode and Rumble mode. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's actually really cool because then you don't have to actually pull out the Rumble Pack and memory pack on games that require that. You just push the home button and it's, yeah, really easy to switch between. And then while we're on this mode, we can also try to turn on the rumble. So like if we hold down the Z button and then the A button, which is B button, see it should be rumbling like crazy right now, but it's not. So yeah, rumble is not working, unfortunately. Yeah, which we already knew. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and test out another game. Let's go ahead and test out the steering on Mario Kart. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into this game. Okay. Yeah. I like to test the steering in Mario Kart because, yeah, when controllers are too sensitive, I'm pretty sure this won't be it because we already kind of saw it before on that other screen, but yeah, when control sticks are too sensitive, then it's possible that the steering in Mario Kart is really hard. Oh, well, let's see. Let me set my controller so I can actually hold it like a regular person. Okay, hold on. Or set my camera, so hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Now I can use two hands while I'm using this controller. Okay. Alright, yeah. Yeah, the steering feels pretty good. This was expected. This is, when I was testing this control on the Switch too, the steering felt felt good as well, so, yeah. So this is as expected. So yeah, it seems like so far when you get the controller connected, it actually does function pretty good. Yeah, especially like on a game like this where there isn't any rumble anyway, then yeah, there isn't really anything that you're missing, especially because you're able to use the memory pack with the BlueRetro adapter. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is actually a pretty awesome experience right now. Yeah, using this controller on the Nintendo 64. So yeah, let's say with Mario Kart, it's working pretty good, I must say. Yeah, especially because Mario Kart doesn't really use the C buttons extensively. So yeah, having the C buttons mapped to the right stick really isn't a big deal. However, if we now, let's go over ahead and let's plug in Zelda, because that game does use the C stick or the C buttons extensively, and yeah, we'll see how that feels. Okay, turn on Zelda here. Okay, we'll see how fast this connects. So yep, that was pretty fast. Nice. So yeah, at least it usually connects pretty quickly, which is really cool. Yep, still no rumble. Okay. Let's see, let's go out here where it's a little brighter. So yeah, so obviously, you know, on Zelda you got your items on these C buttons. And so yeah, so A should be C down, I think is what we decided. Yeah. And then, let's see here, and then X is, yep, yeah, C left. So yeah, so as long as you're using those two, then you should be good. However, C right, yeah, you'd have to now, at least with these default settings, you have to actually use the right stick, which I don't really like. I don't like using the right stick for C buttons, but I guess you can. Like right now I'm using the C button. I guess it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think I could probably get used to it realistically. Yeah, it's just not what I'm used to. Because obviously on the original Nintendo 64 controller, you got these 4 buttons here, which are really nice and easy to push. But yeah, but this is okay though. Yeah, I can't complain too much. And yeah, let's see what the aiming feels like though. So yeah, it seems like it's not like too sensitive. Yeah, feels pretty good. And see now that we're playing a game and we're not on the controller, the control stick test mode, I don't really feel it jumping around. Yeah, it feels like it's just pretty responsive, like working as expected. And yeah, I'm able to aim pretty good. Can you get these guys with the? Actually, I don't know if you can hit these guys with the slingshot. Oh well. Yeah, feels pretty good. I want to say that there's maybe there's maybe a little bit more delay, like a little bit more lag with this controller compared to the official NSO controller, the wireless one. Yeah, in fact, let me go ahead and connect that controller real quick. And I'll see if I can notice a difference. Because I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't really think there's that much of a difference, but like for example, let me turn up this. Let's see this a little bit better. It's like, for example, you push the Y button for B. It's pretty responsive. Now let's switch over to the NSO controller and see what that feels like. Okay, so now I got the official NSO controller. Yeah, it actually feels pretty similar, to tell you the truth. So you can see when I'm pushing the B button here. Yeah, it's pretty similar to the 8BitDo controller, so I'd say that lag is pretty much a non-issue. Yeah, I don't know. I still want to say that this official NSO controller maybe feels a hair more responsive, but it's really not that much. Yeah. Especially playing on a CRT like this, the lag is already so low. Yeah, it's really not an issue. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and connect this 8BitDo controller again. Okay, now this is something interesting, is it's trying to connect. It's like it tries to connect, but then it doesn't quite connect. And it just like kind of turns off. And it's like, okay, there we go, it finally connected. So yeah, so usually it connects pretty quickly, but that time it took a while. But yeah, feels pretty good. Now I am curious. I'm gonna let's go ahead and try out some of those other modes. So like you can see on the bottom of this controller, there's a switch, so we can switch between. There's like switch mode, and then A mode, which is Android maybe, or Apple. I'm not entirely sure. And then there's D for direct input, and then X, which is like Xbox mode, I think. But anyway, I'm just kind of curious if we switch this controller to different modes, and let's see if we can like get I don't know, Rumble to work on another mode. So I'm going to try now syncing the button in A mode. Okay, so this controller is now synced in A mode, and when it's synced, it actually did rumble. So I think we might have rumble. Okay, well, we might have rumble, but now the control stick's not working, so... It did rumble, though. I did feel it rumble when it synced. Yeah, as you can see, the control stick is not working. Seems like the other buttons aren't working either. So yeah, apparently we have rumble. Oh, yep, yeah. So the rumble is working because this home button is working as well. So like, the cool thing about this adapter is, so when you push the home button, when it goes into memory mode, it does a weak rumble, and then when you push it again to go into rumble pack mode, it does a strong rumble. So I am feeling that. So yeah, in A mode, rumble is working, but now nothing else is working. So, all right. So yeah, so we got rumble to work, kind of. Well, we did get rumble to work, but it's, yeah, nothing else is working. Okay, so anyway, so now let's go ahead and try the next mode on here, which is D mode. Okay, now it's connected in D mode, and I felt it rumble again. But once again, it seems like nothing's working. So, yeah, I'm going to say there's a no... And actually, not even this now, not even the home button trick was working. Whereas we saw before, where it's like you could feel it rumble. So I don't think the home button is working either, unfortunately. So yeah, but it did rumble when it connected. But yeah, I'm gonna say that D mode is not advisable either. So now let's try the last mode, which is X mode. Yeah, let's see what that does. Okay, now we're in X mode, and I felt it rumble again when it connected. But nope, seems like still nothing is working. So yeah. Oh, but except the home button's working. I can feel that, so we are able to switch between memory pack and rumble mode. But yeah, nothing else is working though, unfortunately. So yeah, definitely the way to go with this controller is just in regular switch mode, and it's just something you have to accept that rumble's not going to work for now until it gets fixed. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and connect this one more time. Just kind of run around here a little bit more. Okay, now it says it's connected, but I don't think it's actually connected. Oh, it is connected. Okay. Alright. It's just that the BlueRetro adapter still says it's trying to sync, but that's okay. Oh, that is something you can see. I don't know what it is, but with these analog triggers, maybe it's just because I'm not really used to analog triggers since I usually play Nintendo games. And yeah, most Nintendo controls don't have analog triggers, and even on the GameCube, though, I didn't have this problem. But basically, when I'm just holding the controller, it's like I accidentally hit ZR or ZL, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, that's something I've noticed the more I use this controller, is that I just have to not press, not rest my fingers on the ZR and ZL triggers very much at all. Otherwise, I accidentally hit them. But yeah, anyway, yeah. But yeah, as far as the controller, how it feels and everything right now, yeah, it seems like it's working pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this video. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to test. And yeah, this is the 8BitDo Hall Effect 8BitDo Pro 2 controller. So yeah, it's a pretty cool controller, must say. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I actually played through almost all of Portal using it on the Nintendo Switch as well, and yeah, it's pretty nice controller. So yeah, anyway, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone.